Good morning to all. We will tell you something about our Chat Your Value project. It started in 2020 under the COVID-19 conditions. We had the first, meetings where we are remote, we are Zoom, and it wasn't easy to do it. But we succeeded, at least. The partnership was led by IFOTES Europe. Stefan said that it's an association in Germany. We can apply for projects with Erasmus in the European base. Telefono Amico was one partner from Italy, SOS Amitié, as you see. Do you see our presentation? I don't know. Yes, there it is. We don't have it here. Okay. Yes, Telefono Amico is one partner. Other partners are SOS Amitié in France, LES Hungary, ASITES in Spain, ARTES, the Association for Research and Training on Emotional Support Skills from Italy, Teleontal, Belgium. We worked together and we had at the end a best practice manual in 7 languages. You can find it afterwards on the web page of IFOTES. Yes. Take the first screen slide. We have some slides and we will tell you something how we worked and how it's getting. It's mine. The first is mine.
Okay.
Yes. The benefits to engage young volunteers in the posts. Can get it? Okay, I will do it. Young volunteers are familiar with digital communication. You all know that. IT tools and chat language, and they easily can handle with these things. They are at home in the world and mindset of young people. That's a great advantage. We are all in our post. There's a fresh perspective on all things concerning consulting, dealing with problems. Diversity is a big point to get around having several problems. And they are, of course, in touch with other young people, so it could help to have them at the post when callers will see. Yes. Then we thought about what does it need to have young volunteers in our posts. They are flexible and they are they reliable? If we engage them, will they do the shifts as we want them to do? All the things, we had some questionnaires and interviews with people, with trainers and also young people. I think we can go on. Second one. What?
Recommendations? No, that's yours.
Benefits.
That's the benefits.
It's done. It's the second already.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is it?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Yes, it's okay. Well, everyone knows the biggest resistance to recruiting young volunteers is the relatively short time span of their commitment. However, the benefits of young volunteers are significant. Even if they only participate as listeners for 1 year, it's worthwhile to recruit and train them. TES need to meet and to mix different generations. Well, Michael has already said some benefits to engage young volunteers. Familiar with digital communication, IT tools and chat language, they're at home in the mindset and world of young people and can easily empathize with them, and so on.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next slide is about recommendations to attract more young volunteers to chat helplines. How can we get in contact with young people who are maybe interested in consulting? The best way, we thought, and that's all over Europe, is to go to the schools, to the universities where they are, and to meet them, and we can offer training and workshops or something else that they are interested in. It's always very important to foster strong group identity, good bonding, that they come together and do things with each other. An open atmosphere is very interesting to get them engaged and interested, motivated for this. A focus on training and the skills to enhance the personal and professional life is very important. They get a certification about the skills afterwards, and they can use it for their CV and next steps, becoming at the university or something like that, if they have a job afterwards. Flexible and limited time commitment, that's a very difficult point. We have our shifts, and we have to rely on having the shifts all around the clock, 24/7, you know, all in the posts. But young people are not so familiar with this. They come and go when they want, and also it might be a problem. We have to be more flexible with this. And the next point, it's good to help others if you can. If they feel this, that they can do something with people who are in trouble, it's a good experiment. The work is valued and appreciated. It's very important if they got it. And a good reputation is always the best afterwards. If they do a thing that they like and it has a good reputation, is always the best we can have. Next one.
Next one, yes. Well, how can we recruit young volunteers? A big question, and there is a lot to say about this topic. First of all, have a well-developed communication strategy. Recruitment of young volunteers is an important part of a larger communication plan. At this moment, I suppose, TES do not have specific recruitment campaigns focusing on younger generations. But to review, a lot of helpline services require a minimum age of 21 in order to apply to be a volunteer. Online chat support is largely used by a younger target audience. With the goal in mind of offering peer-to-peer support, it would be interesting to recruit chat volunteers under 21 years of age. More direct contact with young people is necessary. How and where can TES reach them? Cooperation with schools, universities and colleges makes it possible to develop partnerships with young people. And of course, make use of social media platforms that young people frequent and adapt your communication style and your message to your target audience. Many young people follow influencers. Are there influencers who can be ambassadors for TES and help spread our message? Instead of paying social media campaigns for targeted advertising, it can create more headway to pay young popular influencers directly who talk about the importance of mental health services. In a time of high cost of living, where young people struggle to make ends meet, well, providing an expense allowance or volunteer allowance can sometimes make the difference in recruiting a younger audience. Then both direct and indirect recruitment are important. Providing practical information about TES, its activities and purposes, is just as important as disseminating short public service announcements that, for example, promote mental well-being and arouse curiosity and interest. And then the last, make sure your main messages align with what motivates young people to volunteer, and that is personal development, experience that can also be added to a CV, and they want making a difference and being needed.
Something about training young chat volunteers. Written communication is a specific skill, and you know, all who do chat, it's not easy to do it as on the telephone. Therefore, it's a basic attitude of the chat volunteer is the same as on the phone, but because the uniqueness of the medium, it requires some special skills, you all know. And they have, if you learn it, it's like to learn a new language when you start chatting. For example, they must learn screenwriting, screen reading. And in Germany, we say to read between the lines to get an impression of the feelings expressed in these silent words. Chat etiquette refers to good manners and respect for conversations within chat. Then the next point, practice, practice, practice. To try to do it with each other in the trainings or with real chats. It's quite a good method to learn how to do it and how to see, is it mine? Can I do this? Or is it better that I stay on the telephone or something like that? Training in listening and understanding. It's a very huge point, I think. Certain topics appear frequently in chats. Those of you who chat know that. Suicide, self-harming behavior, sexual abuse, eating disorders, bullying, you know, all that points people have wants to talk about in chat, not on the telephone, because they think it's more anonymous if they talk it. Yes, therefore, to make a chat training complete, we suggested in our manual to give volunteers a background information about the context young people are in. You have to know and you have to see what happens. But they also have to know how to deal with this. And that's very important. They can't do it as a member in a peer group. They have to have several skills for this. This will be in the book. You can see. That's okay.
That's okay.
No.
Well, finally, we present some additional interesting issues that generated lively discussions during the preparations of the manual. Unfortunately, there is not enough time today to get into them in detail, but you can read more in the manual. A first challenge: how flexible can we make the volunteer commitment? Can the training be shorter? Can shifts be shorter? Are fewer shifts possible? Can people work more from home, knowing that a good connection between volunteers is supportive? How far can we go in making the commitment more flexible? Second challenge: how can we better reach young people? Well, these helpline volunteers are anonymous. This lowers the threshold to callers. Anonymity stands for discretion, confidentiality, and security. But a strict definition of anonymity also means that volunteers do not disclose to those around them that they volunteer for a test. Well, in Italy, anonymity is interpreted differently. The volunteer remains 100% anonymous during his or her shift, but is not required to be anonymous outside of it. The big advantage of this interpretation is that young volunteers can tell other young people about their volunteer work. Volunteers are the best ambassadors to inspire and encourage other young people to join TESS. A third challenge: can we share good practice in chat training? There is a lot of expertise among TESS helplines regarding chat training. Can we exchange and share our expertise and good practice with each other? We see that exchange already takes place between listening posts within a country. We would like to encourage this across national borders. Yes, how do we foster bonding between volunteers? A very intriguing and interesting question. And then the last, how to promote and share the importance of listening skills in general society, especially to youth? Well, training young adults in listening skills contributes to improving society as a whole. Workshops in schools and universities also gradually expose young people to the concept of solidarity and greater commitment to their fellow men. So far, these are the main conclusions from the manual. You can find the manual on the IFOTES website. There you can download it. It's available in 7 languages. So we hope you find something useful in it. Thank you for your attention.
Yes. Thanks.